Hello, Star Wars and Grand Arena fans. Welcome to Fort Mort. Today I was a little bit behind, had to get my Grand Arena in, so we'll be doing this just by a voiceover. So starting out, my opponent, he got everything but my last section on the bottom. I don't know why he didn't attack any of them. He did put up a lot of defense. His front side was so-so, but his back side, he had 50k teams all the way throughout it. I am on my first loss in 41 GAs, so I was pretty pissed, and I think I took it out on this guy pretty hard. So starting out, we're going to go up with CLS right here. Keep in mind all the fights are sped up 175%. It's a pretty simple win. There's no tank here, so I noticed that Dengar wasn't in stealth yet, so I went ahead and went after him first. Had to go back over to Django. Easy kill. Boom, boom, boom. Slight overkill with CLS, but it worked out well. Alright, going into the next fight, I'm going to take Nest in with Kira, just for the boost. Pretty simple win here. None of these guys are high enough. This is a G13 Nest. The best shot is going to be Ahsoka Tano to take him out, but it would have to be perfect and rare. I don't think it's possible. So an easy win, 52 points. I do give up the one banner by bringing Kira in, but at least I know I've got that extra boost, and it's basically a guaranteed win. And I'm not going to use her anyway. All right, going into this one, I was a little bit concerned about this one, but both of my Geos are a G12 team. Newt, of course, can be a total pain in the ass. He does throw up a lot of that there. And then the other concern I had was, of course, Dooku and his stuns and retribution. And it got a little bit iffy at the end with Newt, but I took out the other two pretty easily. You'll see I ended up hitting him. He went down, and then I took all that garbage off of me. Like I said, he's a very underestimated character. That team didn't have, it had some synergy, but it wasn't the greatest team ever. I did have Jedi Knight Revan and my bugs in my pocket. The one fight I was concerned about here is the bugs at any level are a pain. So what I'm looking at right now is seeing, should I go up to the top? I know I'm going to take his ships out, no problem. This was a pretty easy win. It's a low-end team. Granted, I don't have a tank in this team, so I was about 4k GP higher than this team, so I really wasn't too concerned. This opponent was the second opponent in a row that took out my ships, and I haven't had but maybe 3 people in all out of 40 Grand Arenas take my ships out. So I was a bit surprised. And then he had a pretty good team in the rear. So he must be pretty good with ships tactically. Alright, so pretty easy win here. The Phoenix and Palp. That Ezra is pretty tough, but as long as I took Hera out is all I was worried about. Kanan's taunt never went up before I was able to take her out, so I went ahead and used Calling Blade on her before that taunt came up, because I didn't want to extend this fight any further. Yesterday's GA seemed like I either timed out or they went the full 4 to 5 minutes, so it was really long. This one's really quick. This guy didn't have a whole lot of health mods on his guys. Well, this one I waited on because I knew I'd be able to take him out, so from here I'll end up going to the rear and seeing if I can take those teams out without using my bigger teams. Here we go back here. So Thrawn's a little bit of concern. The bugs are a concern. Not overly concerned about that Rebel team or that FO squad because the FO doesn't have a tank. It's all offense. I actually brought the perfect squad in to take them out. I used a couple undersized and a couple overkills here. So Padme This fight is really long. This goes almost a full 5 minutes. I was sweating at the end there. I was taking damage down on the brute, trying to get him out, and then at some point I switched over. Whenever I'd get his taunt off, I'd go after Alpha, trying to take Alpha down. Another time I ended up having Poggle down, but then he held up with his life because they all got pretty high life, and of course they worked together to give life and health back. Stun wasn't working on brute often enough to help me get back at the other ones. You can see right here their life was about 20% down, so if I could get that taunt off, but it just wasn't happening. Ahsoka's regular attack takes the taunt off, but then brute gets it right back. These guys aren't meta, they're at least close. There are very few teams that can actually take them out handily. So again, sorry about the long stretch here, guys. I did speed up the fight, like I said. Right there, I took Brute out. Feeling pretty good about it, thinking I can get Alpha. Boom, Brute comes back. Of course, when he uses that Brute bring back in, they gain all their health back too. So, got to be quick enough to bring him down. At this point, I threw it on auto and prayed pretty much. Tried to target one there on the left. Tried targeted him to try to get him out, because if you take one out, that's less synergy from the hide you got. So about a minute from now, I start realizing I'm actually going to win this, but right now I'm sweating it. You can see I'm taking their life down. They're down to about 75%. I'm thinking I got a shot at Poggle right here. I hit him once, it does nothing, and then of course the taunt comes back up. So now I'm really sweating it. I mean, I had a team to take him out with, but it would have been overkill. Padme should have been able to handle this. If I had Anakin, it would have been an issue. Thinking back, I probably should have just went and brought him in, even though he's a little bit lower level. Ahsoka was nice because she takes that taunt off, but other than that, in this battle, she just didn't have a pop. You see 2-3 hits in a row, she didn't do anything to him. Boom, 19 seconds left. So that was the only fight I struggled with. All the other ones I seemed to bring the perfect team in. Going against the First Order here. So I brought Thrawn in to fracture the First Order officer so he couldn't throw assists. And I basically just banged on him. Had my shore trooper that was taking all the hits, and then just let the other guys do all the work. And I kept taking Thrawn and throwing the assist over and just doing damage, boom, 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 one shot at a time. Here I chose to fracture Phasma so that she can't throw any of her abilities up, and just slowly take out the First Order TIE pilot. I said really simple win. I think they were a 49k team and I was a 43, but because of Thrawn's abilities, he made it look easy. This one I was a little worried about. To be honest with you, the bounty hunters, I could have brought in Clones War Chewbacca, but I like the abilities of defense and his multi-attack there. His leadership ability didn't do anything for the bounty hunters, but I really wasn't too concerned about that. I looked at the life and the health on these guys, and even a G12 Akbar, I think he was only 37k total between protection and health. Then I knew I had my stuns, which is see I tried to use on R2 in the beginning, and I did get one off on him. This was the one battle I wasn't sure about, so I held him till last, but at this point I've got my Jedi Knight Revan and my huge Bugs team. So here it's just a free-for-all. Mark up Thrawn, take him out as quickly as I could. Assist on Yoda and assist on Revan. Pretty easy win. Of course, I was 11k higher than him at this point, but like I said, I saved those teams because I played smart against the ones that I went up against, but I also kept them in case I made a mistake or I underestimated a team. Like yesterday's Grand Arena, I underestimated my team. His teams, he had very high health and protection on his squads. I ended up timing out and having a bunch of issues. So it took my first loss, like I said, but I learned a lot of lessons from that one. Just showing right here that he never bothered attacking that rear side, and I had a 37k team back there, so I think he kind of just gave up because he put a lot on defense. He kept his huge teams for offense, and he swept me up pretty good on the first two areas. He ended up having 2 attempts against my secondary FO team and 2 attempts against another one. Then he got to the rear, and I think he was just out of gas, and he realized it. All right, easy win there. My bugs took him out in 30 seconds. Now we go to ships. I look up, see home 1, but I don't see anything but bigs. This is going to be a cakewalk. He ends up getting one of my geos down to about 30% life, but once I brought my reinforcement in, it was over. I like using my geos here. I bring in my starfighter. He gives himself 30% boost, and I mean at that point, Bosk is huge. He usually dies by that time. I think Biggs actually dies before I even bring my reinforcement in, if I remember. Yeah, he goes down fast. Millennium Falcon can't hit him with his ability. So right here, bring him in, boom, down. I mean at this point, you can tell it's over. That Geo hits me pretty hard right there, harder than I expected. He goes into stealth, so I can't get him. I get an opportunity to heal up right here. Almost enough to get that banner back, but I'll take 62, no doubt. So pretty easy win there as well. Anyway, guys, this is a quick video. I appreciate y'all coming to check it out. Again, I'm looking forward to the next streak. And I appreciate y'all for checking out Fort Mort. You guys are awesome. Have a great day.
Shut up and sit down.